obviously not too excited about the start, but we worked our way into the game and got there. Third game in 7 days, and with practices and stuff, we just had some minor little nicks and injuries. Trey was kind of a game time decision, so just kind of seeing if he was going to get out there and how warm-ups went. Ernest is dealing with something with his upper body too. Everybody's just kind of banged up a little bit, so I tried to sub a little less. But just going into the game, I knew it. I wanted to try my best to get their mindset and mind frame in the right place. It wasn't there to start. Eventually, we worked our way in there. But what I'm most excited about is 28 assists. If we keep sharing the ball like this, we give ourselves an opportunity to be pretty good offensively. If we can continue to raise our defensive level to where we need to get it to. But with the rebounding, the paint touches, and the points in the paint, but the 28 assists is what I'm most excited about.
Is that something, you talked a lot to us about defense and physicality and all that. The 28 assists, how much of an emphasis has that been about sharing the ball? Because it's the last couple games it's been like that.
No, it's been big. It's been big. One is the way that people play us, and it just shows to our team how unselfish we are. And if we play with the right pace and the right speed, we'll be able to make the reads, and everything good comes from the paint. So our high assist numbers come from our paint touches and being able to find the right people. And of course, Ernest wasn't himself today, but our lob has been a big part of it as well. But a big part of it is just our ability to get in the paint. It opens up for us to get high assist numbers.
There are 3 big wins at home. Can you talk about how the team has grown in the last 3 games and how they could carry that over to Florida?
Yeah, just playing the game. When you've been practicing for so long and just scrimmaging and stuff, things that happen within the game can kind of throw you off. So, the first game against Jacksonville, they played 1-3-1. Haven't seen a 1-3-1 for 4 years. Bethune came out and played man, so we had a good flow. We expected Stetson to play zone because they've shown a lot of zone. So just our versatility and our adaptability has been what I've been most excited about. Now, we're a long way from where we need to be, but I feel like we're making steps in the right direction.
You're talking about Malik and Trey. Malik, 22 points and 10 rebounds, and then Trey, even with his little nicks or whatever, he had 10 assists.
Yeah, Malik I've been on him about rebounding. I've been on him. He can score the ball. That's his talent that he just has naturally, that he's able just to put the ball in the goal, but he's got to rebound. That's his next step, becoming a really good player. And I told him, my goal for him is to try to be an All-American. And part of being All-American is he's going to have to rebound at a high level more than this. And Trey, just his growth has been his ability, and I talked to him about coming here, and part of recruitment was becoming a point guard and becoming a real point guard, not just a scoring point guard, and making himself more of a pass-first point guard. And I think he showed that a little bit today, and as soon as he got in the game, it changed. And it was needed.
Coach Gavin Bischoff, Student Radio. Early on, or I guess the entire game, Stetson was running kind of like a 4-1 zone with those forwards bumping out to the wing, the 9 corners. What were the adjustments you guys had to make in the half-court offense to make that offense click? Because in the first 10 minutes, 11 points wasn't going your way.
Yeah, I thought early on we just kind of settled. We settled for 3, settled for jump shots, and we weren't looking in the paint. I thought we played, for lack of a better word, I thought offensively we played really soft. And so once we settled and once we, played how we play and attacked the right way, I thought it opened everything up. But, we came out just chunking threes because of the way they were playing. We weren't getting paint touches. We weren't getting the ball in the high post and attacking the zone like we talked about in practice. And then once we got in the game, then we were able to kind of open everything up.
Go ahead.
How's the team doing compared to what you had envisioned 3 games in? Is the team better, the same? What did you envision at this point compared to where the team is?
I haven't really envisioned anything. I'm just taking it day by day, kind of step by step. I felt just watching this throughout the summer, I felt like we could be really good defensively. And now I think that hasn't really shown to the way I wanted to. I was more, not concerned, but worried about how we'd be offensively, just the pieces meshing and matching. And that's a little bit ahead of our defense right now. And usually it's the reverse way, where your defense is ahead of your offense. And I'm always defensive minded because ultimately that's going to be what wins games and keeps you in games. I thought we'd be a little bit more ahead where we are now. We got a lot of stuff to clean up when we get there. But offensively, I've been pleasantly surprised with where we are and what we've been able to do.
Jake Lazar from Florida Teams. You mentioned Trey was a game time decision. He ended up having a second career double-double.
Yeah.
Just what does that mean for him, and then as a adversity and how you guys can face it as a team?
It just shows one, just for him, just his importance to us and how much we need him out there to kind of he's our point guard, you know what I mean? Just to give us poise and, I think also for him it just shows his growth and where he can get to, and what he wants to be, and being able to show it live in games and not just in practice. I mean, 10 assists in college is hard to get because of the rules and how the assists are counted, but for him to do that in only 24 minutes is really impressive.
Coach, you got a chance to see Noam get back in there and play well, 5 assists in 15 minutes. Just what can he bring to this team that many might not know about?
For Noam, he really is he's just a point guard in his truest form. He hits open shots, can make other people make the reads. He's still working his way in. He's about 70% right now, 80% I would say. And it's a different game than the one he's played. Even though he's been a professional for a couple of years, the speed, the rules are a little bit different. Solly is taking the brunt of it, I guess is the right word. He fouls out in 8 minutes, and he's in tears on the bench because he's so pure-hearted, and he's trying to do everything to help us win. And it's just it's an adjustment. It was an adjustment period when they got here for practice. It's going to be an adjustment period for the game. So hopefully, eventually, by the time we get through these games and play a little bit more, they'll start to get some of that rust off and be a little bit more comfortable.
You touched on the 3 games in 8 days span. What's kind of the plan moving forward? You touched on guys getting hurt. Just kind of this next stretch coming up.
Yeah, this week we play against Sunday, so we got a couple of days we can take off here and there, and just making sure we're back. Like tomorrow be off, and then we'll practice Wednesday. And I got to figure out what we're gonna do on Thursday. If we'll take it off or go light, but we'll figure it out. But it's just getting to the game as close to 100% as possible. You know what I mean? And it's just a big part of it. So adjusting practices, how much we go live, how much we don't go live. I just got to make sure when we get to our games, and this is going to be moving forward because the numbers we have and how the team is built, we can't overexert ourselves too much in practice, but we still got to get a lot done. So just having the right mix of, light days, hard days, and leaning on my sports performance team to give me the numbers of what we need to do.
And early thoughts on Florida. Malik had said, I know all you guys are looking forward to this one. Just your thoughts on them and what you know.
I mean, how can you not be excited? You get the opportunity to play the defending national champion, a top 5 team, and like I told the guys, it's not going to be a basketball game. It's a war. It's a fight. They're built a lot like us. This will be the first time we see somebody whose size and physicality kind of matches. And I'm excited about the opportunity to play, but also excited for the opportunity for our guys to see how good we really are and see how we stack up against a top 5 team. I like my team, I like my guys, and this first early test would be a good one for us. So I'm excited.
Coach, how impressed were you guys to close out defensively, especially on the perimeter? Early on, they hit a couple of deep shots, but in the second half, nothing really came easy, especially your big guys. Malik was getting out there to the corner.
Yeah.
A lot of guys were getting involved, closing out on those perimeter shots.
It's a big key to the game is limiting their attempts from 3 and trying to take it away. And, I think in the first half, they only made 1 2-point field goal, and that was in transition. They made 7 threes in the first half, and we knew we're coming up a game where they made 16 and they're making almost 13 a game. We knew it, but I just felt we started the game real sluggish. And then once we got going, we were able to close out and take away the threes, and they only got 1 in the second half, and that was kind of what changed it. We knew the way we were guarding, eliminating their paint touches, we'll be able to do, but then it leaves the 3 a little bit open more, so our urgency to close out and take it away wasn't there.
Malik, it was, I think, the first time you've had 3 20-point games in a row, and 10 rebounds. Can you just talk about, how you were feeling tonight? And then as a team, first time back-to-back 100-point games since 1989. It's been a long time. What's clicking for you guys? Thanks.
Yeah, we're showing the ball on offense a lot. Getting down, playing the 2 sides, getting to the corner, attacking the rim, and just playing off 2 is just getting us more shots, getting us to the free throw line. And, yeah, we're just getting out and running. So, that helps us with getting more possessions and stuff like that to get those 100-point games. But yeah, my teammates, they find me a lot in a lot of situations where I'm in the middle, and I'm the facilitator, and they like me in those positions, so I'm able to assist and score points in those areas.
Malik, Jake Lazar, Florida teams, you've kind of asserted yourself as the dominant scorer in this offense. Is that something that you guys expected or planned for, or it just kind of happened throughout the first 3 games of the season?
Just being in the right spots. Coach put me in the right spots. I think that's how I'm able to get to my spots. Coach knowing how to use me in the pockets and stuff like that, and then throughout zones, just being that middle guy to put pressure on the defense in the middle. So I think just being in the right position and coach putting me in those positions to be successful is the key to those.
Malik, I apologize. Where do you think this team is 3 games in? Just how would you evaluate how it's gone?
I think we're super confident in our ability. I mean, we got a little lackadaisical today. I mean, on the defensive end, and just our start was pretty bad. I blame that on me. But other than that, I mean, we're playing solid defense and we're getting out on the break how we want to and playing our brand of basketball. And we got to just continue to do that no matter who's our opponent. So.
What was said at the first timeout? You guys had the turnover. Jay calls a timeout.
Yeah, it was more of like players driven. Like coach was sitting out for a couple minutes before he came into the huddle, and we all knew what needed to be addressed. It was all said by the players, and we got it done. And we came back that next 4 minutes with more effort and more energy to go out there and compete.
Who kind of led that?
It was a bunch of people. It was the seniors, Shelton inputted in that, True inputted. So it was a bunch of communication through all of us, and we kind of knew that we were playing lots of games in the beginning. So we all just blurred in and knew we had to do a little changing point and bring our energy up.
Shelton, can you talk about your adjustment to the college game, how it's going so far, and also what are you expecting now? You guys have a really big test against Florida. Where do you think you guys are heading into that game?
It's been going smooth. I have great guys around me to keep me comfortable when I'm playing my game. They know what I'm going to do. I'm attacking, trying to get them involved. And I think this next game coming up, just play our brand of basketball. We know that we're going to play defense. We got to play hard all the time. We can't come out slow like we did tonight. So I'm looking forward to that game and seeing where we're going to be at after that.
Everyone's been talking about the defense leading into the season. Did you think that your team would be scoring at will the way you have been so far?
We have a lot of unselfish players on this team, so we had 26 assists tonight, so that just shows how much we share the ball with each other. And I think the defense is going to stay where it is. We're going to keep building on that, and offense is going to come with it.
Shelton, as a true freshman, just how impressed are you with your start to your college career?
I think I just let the game come to me. I'm not trying to force anything, just play around these guys, just let it flow. But these first 3 games, I've learned a lot about myself, about this team, about college basketball, and I'm just going to keep getting more comfortable playing.
Shelton, one of 4 players in double digits. What's it like having seniors like Trey and Malik help kind of bring you to this level of basketball?
It's just helping me grow up faster, playing with these guys. They know the ins and outs of college basketball, so I'm just picking up off their back and just learning as much as I can from these guys.
For either one of y'all, just the level of physicality that y'all are playing with, do y'all see that wearing on defenders, like when y'all are just constantly beating them inside the paint, and how much do y'all thrive in that?
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to physicality, that's our brand of basketball right there. I mean, when we get an opportunity to play off 2 and put our shoulder in somebody's chest, we're going to try to do it every time. Get downhill and just get paint touches. That's the most important thing. Once you get inside the paint, everything opens up. So if we could continue getting downhill in situations, especially on the offensive end, and being tough with our chest when we're on defensive end, we're going to be in great situations in every basketball game.
We'll do a couple more. Can you both talk about Coach Lucas? You know, it's our first chance to see him as a head coach. How has he been handling, you know, the beginning of this season? What have you guys learned from him, and what's his demeanor been like?
I think he holds us to a high standard coming into this game. He knew what the team was looking at coming in, but he held us to a standard. We started off slow, but he kept us on the gas and the whole game. So I just think he's more of a chill coach. He's not going to yell at us and scream at us, but he's going to make sure to get the point across.
Even when you guys got off to a pretty slow start, was it something they were doing, and what was Coach Lucas' message to you in the huddle?
Nah, it was not anything they were doing special. I mean, they came out and played their brand of basketball, and I thought they started off the game pretty well. I mean, it was more of a just pick your stuff up, pick your energy up, you know, and just compete. I mean, I think we didn't start the game off competing. We didn't play we played to the level of their basketball instead of trying to, you know, go out there and compete and play our brand of basketball every single day. So I think that's why we started off bad in the beginning. But as you see, we picked it up and we started playing our brand of basketball and just made it even better for us.
Malik, have you been watching Florida, and what are you expecting from them?
I'm expecting a fight, a war. Like Coach said, in the locker room, it's not going to be basketball, it's going to be a war out there. So I'm expecting to go out there and give them all, you know, blood, sweat, and tears. So I hope they're ready too.
Okay, well, first of all, yeah, I thought our team come out at the beginning of the game. I was excited to get this opportunity to come in and play here at this level for our program. A lot of new guys, like we see now in college basketball, which is not uncommon. But have the opportunity for other guys come out ready to play. So we got out to a good start there, got a little bit of a lead, and had to be ready for the response, which give Miami credits. They did a great job coming back out and responded and got back to the lead. Even felt at halftime our guys wasn't totally rattled. If we could just come out in the first 4 minutes in the second half, just try to get this thing down to around 10, maybe we could hang around. But Miami's deep. They got a lot of bodies, a lot of size, a lot of athleticism that really impacted our guys. It's just hard to create that type of atmosphere for us on a day-to-day basis in practice until they see it here. So great learning experience for our team. It's a process for us as we learn and play in these type of games to help build our program.
Coach, I'm Michelle Kaufman from the Miami Herald. Miami has, I just looked up the stats here, they've outscored their opponents 158 to 76 in the paint in the first 3 games.
Sure.
What is it about them that makes them so tough in the paint, and how can teams deal with that?
Yeah, well, you know, they got great size. You know, that to 3, 4, and 5, you know, great bodies. I mean, they'll see a different team. Obviously, when they start playing in their league and in another level, I think the biggest thing, it's hard for our level from the 2 teams they played previous and us. And we just don't have those type of bodies. We may have one guy like that. But that size, and give them credit. They've used that to their advantage. And most of us have tried to play zone to be able to jam up that paint. You know, playing in man-to-man's really hard. Just foul trouble and problems with it. So just trying to force them to make some shots, but they rebound the ball and play physical, and they've done a great job of playing to their strengths in these first 3 games.
Coach, curious about the matchup on the perimeter, in particular Trey and True for them. Just kind of what you saw on that side, not the size on the front court.
Yeah. You know, I think they got good experience at guard play, and obviously those guys play within themselves. I think they take the right shots. I think they're doing a good job of really, you know, I think letting things come to them. I didn't really think they forced a lot of things tonight. They hadn't really shot the ball extremely well coming into this game. So we were hoping we could keep them from making some threes here, and maybe we get one of those nights they just couldn't make a shot. But you know, they made the right plays, which opened it up for some drives for them to get in and get the ball inside. But I think their guard play is terrific. Got great size and a lot of depth.
Can you continue more on the defense of Miami? You came out and really shot well from beyond the arc, and only 1 3-pointer during the second half. What defensively did they do to just stifle y'all?
Yeah, well, I think they made some adjustments there. Got a little smaller, started switching everything, got more aggressive on our guys on perimeters. You know, we're really small, obviously at the point guard spot and some other guards there. So, you know, they're a team you got to space out. It's hard to run plays. You got to be able to put it down and make plays. And that's where we're not very good at right now at this level, is being able to, we got one little guy that can get in the paint and hoping to make plays for others. But the versatility of being able to switch and stay on guys or bigs being able to guard is a huge advantage, and it makes it very difficult to be good offensively against that type of pressure.